All right, happy Wednesday, everybody. Meteorologist Andrew Wilson here with an update to your forecast for our weekly weather updates that we do every Wednesday. We do this every Wednesday afternoon at 2:30, and it has been quite a week here this past week. We did have a lot of dry conditions, but all the way up until about last night, we did have a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity move through, and that brought us a little bit of rainfall here and there. Now, heading into today for Wednesday, you notice that we're not seeing anything in the way of rain out there now, but we are going to have some better rain chances move in as we head into the latter part of this weekend and into the early part of next week. Yes, even on Halloween, there's going to be a rain chance, but will it rain on those trick-or-treaters out there trying to gather up some candy and get spooked by some of those Halloween decorations? We'll talk about that in a moment. First of all, looking outside, you do see a little bit of cloud cover there into portions of North Georgia. Let's take a look at the time lapse from today. This is actually also including last night. As the shower activity moved through, you see that it was really heavy at times. As it made its way through portions of downtown, you see the shower and thunderstorm activity really passing through, not so much in the way of lightning, so really it was mostly just heavy rainfall. Then all that kind of made its way off towards the east. We had drier conditions to start off today. I mentioned that last night in the forecast, so we're going to have drier conditions to start the day on Wednesday. You see it there, and just a little bit of pesky clouds on the backside of this low pressure that are moving through right now. So a little bit of cloud cover today. That's going to keep our temperatures down a little bit, but still going to be beautiful. Right now in Midtown, that's what we're seeing, 61 degrees, partly cloudy sky overhead. It is going to be a cooler day. Temperatures only into the 60s, and as we head into tonight, we're going to see those temperatures fall back down into the 40s. North-northwest wind there at about 10 miles per hour. Now, some spots are really starting to show that fall foliage. One of those spots being Blue Ridge. A couple of the trees have actually already lost their leaves, but you see some of those trees in the background there showing the fall foliage a little bit better. Going to continue to see some beautiful colors in the trees here as we head throughout these next couple of weeks. You see down towards Northside Hospital, that's going to be closer on towards where 400 and 285 meet on the north side there. Looking beautiful at the King and Queens Towers. Looking still a little bit more on the cloudy side out there though. Here's a look at the foliage report as far as this week is concerned. You notice that we're starting to see moderate leaf changing going on in the Atlanta metro. You want to see a little bit more near peak to peak colors. That's going to be into far northern portions of Georgia, getting closer onto that Blue Ridge area. And then some areas that are past peak are going to be into those higher elevations. We're talking Mount Mitchell in North Carolina, Mount LeConte right there along the Tennessee-North Carolina border, and also Clingman's Dome area. Those are going to be spots that have already peaked, some of those higher peaks right there in Tennessee and North Carolina, where they no longer have really much leaves left on the trees. Moving our way throughout today, again, we saw that the fact that they had a little bit of rainfall there, and it looks like it just skipped to the end of my weather hits. Let me back it up real quick, guys. Here's a look at what we have going on as we hit throughout the next 48 hours. You saw that we had the little bit of cloud cover there today. As we head into this afternoon, temperatures rise into the 60s. Should shape up again to be a fairly nice day. And then we're going to see those temperatures tonight drop back down into the 40s by the time you wake up tomorrow morning, maybe even down to 39 up towards Blairsville. Now, I want to be able to answer some of y'all's questions that you may have. So if you're watching us, make sure that you send any of those questions in. We're happy to answer them for you. You can text your question to 404-885-7600. Or you can type it in on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. So we're happy to answer any of your questions that you may have about the weather over this next week. I do want to show what we have going on for Thursday afternoon. Thursday expected to be a pretty much perfect day. Temperatures rising up into the 60s and 70s. A lot more sunshine going on for tomorrow compared to what we have for today. Should be an absolutely stunning day. And then we do similar things on Friday, just with a little bit more in the way of cloud cover coming in. Notice the lows there in the 50s, and then temperatures are going to be rising into eventually the 70s for highs for Friday afternoon. So, real quick look at what we have as far as the app is concerned. Again, it's showing that 61 degrees as we head throughout today. Going to see a little bit more sunshine. Don't forget to download the 11 Alive app. We're actually live on it right now, giving updates. You could click that little toggle in the bottom there that says Watch Live if you have your phone out, and you'd be able to watch our weathercasts or weather updates that we do every Wednesday. live right now. And you can also watch our newscasts, which can be really valuable when we have a chance for severe weather. We are going into the fall severe weather season. Very important to have that in your back pocket so you can receive those updates. You can also look at Radar Live and also receive updates whenever there's a severe warning issued for your area. Not expecting any severe weather these next few days, but always good to just have it whenever that time comes around. Also, make sure that you downloaded us on Roku and Fire TV. Great to have so that you can get that extra coverage, extra news information for whatever's going on in the area, extra weather updates like what we're doing right now, right there in front of you on your TV. Make sure you download us there on your Roku and Fire TV devices. All right, so wanted to get that in there real quick. Let's also look at what we have as far as high temperatures are concerned the next few days. Notice that we're going to be dipping down here into the 60s for highs. We are going to rebound a little bit there for Thursday. Today we're only going to have highs in the 60s. Thursday going to be just above average, dipping back down below average there for Friday, and then staying in the 60s. That's going to be associated with a little bit more cloud cover and some rain that's going to be moving in by the time we head into the end of the weekend. We're going to have a little bit of an increase in moisture. Notice the humidity levels going up, but really not by much. We're making our way into fall now. Don't really have to deal with those uncomfortable, sticky conditions anymore. As far as the rain chances are concerned, Sunday and Monday bringing some higher chances. Sunday being the best chance for rain over the next 7 days, a 60% chance. And then some of those showers could linger on into Monday. Now, are they going to be impacting the trick-or-treating forecast? I know a lot of people are wondering that. Right now, we're going to say that it's possible. I think a lot of the rain will already be out of here by Monday night. I think we're going to be doing much better there as far as the trick-or-treating is concerned by Monday night. But I want to make sure everyone knows that it's still a little too early to absolutely say no rain there for Monday evening. So just a little bit, but I think as we head throughout the night, the rain chances would go down. Temperature's going to be dropping down into the 50s there, the upper 50s by 9 p.m. So anybody going out trick-or-treating late, make sure that you have something warm to wear, but a lot of those ghosts and goblins out there walking around on the street at night aren't going to have to really worry too much about how cold it's going to be. With those temperatures in the 60s, it should be fairly comfortable. Sunset at 6:46, the winds out of the west at 5 to 10 miles per hour, so no need to add extra tax on everything outside to make sure it doesn't blow away. As we make our way throughout the next week, it's looking like we'll get anywhere from about a half of an inch to an inch of rainfall. Some of those higher totals could be in the far northern portions of Georgia. That's good. We could use more than that, but half of an inch to an inch of rain, we'll take what we can get, right? Because we are behind on rainfall. The Drought Monitor updates every Thursday, and the latest update from the Drought Monitor shows moderate to severe drought across much of northeast Georgia. Far western portions still not in that drought, but I think as the Drought Monitor updates tomorrow morning, remember we do these updates every Wednesday afternoon live, but you may be watching this later. When it updates tomorrow morning, I think those areas are also going to be kind of roped into that abnormally dry conditions. It's possible there just because we haven't had a ton of rainfall. As far as the amount of rain that we've had so far for this year, we are behind now in Atlanta. We were doing great for a majority of the year. You see where some months brought more than 6 inches of rain, and then you see September and October, they've been pretty dry. We have less than an inch in September. It was our driest month, I think, since, I want to say it was September of 2019. It was our driest month. And then October, it really hasn't brought us a lot more additional rainfall. Less than an inch and a half, and we are just over 40 inches right now for the year. So I see a question coming in here saying Janice wants to know, based on the weather for Halloween, what costumes would be the most appropriate? Well, I think as long as you have a way to stay warm, I think that's the best costumes you could have. Go as a ghost, go as whatever your favorite Halloween character would be. I think it's going to be comfortable. I don't think it's going to be too concerning if you have one of those heavier costumes on, just because temperatures will be in the 60s. If you have a lighter costume on, though, maybe a light jacket, that would be just about it, and you won't even need it the entire evening because it is going to be fairly comfortable. Temperatures, if you're going to be out late at Halloween parties, it's going to only drop down into the 50s overnight, Monday night into Tuesday morning, and that's going to be really closer on into the early morning hours when it gets down into those lower 50s. So just bring a light jacket with you if you're going to be out in any Halloween parties, and if you're out trick-or-treating, just make sure that you have a light jacket if you have a lighter costume on too. So I think that's the best answer I can give to you there, Janice. As far as the temperatures are concerned for this month, we have trended pretty much right there half and half on being below average and above average for temperatures. So pretty much right where we should be this time of year. Temperatures haven't been too outrageous. Haven't seen any 90s in October. And I think we're done with 90s for the year, by the way. So quick look at your 7-day forecast showing us that we do have some nice conditions ahead of us. We do have some quiet weather expected here for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. An 11 on the whizometer there for Thursday, going to be beautiful. Saturday bringing that increase in cloud cover. Temperatures rising only into the upper 60s, but no rain there for Saturday. Sunday bringing the best chance for rain this week. Really just going to be shower activity, not really expecting much in the way of thunder and lightning. Temperatures rising into the mid 60s, and then Monday going to be Halloween, 30% chance for rain. I think that's going to be earlier into the day. Can't say exactly if we're not going to have rain later in the day yet. It's just too far out, but I will tell you the chances there, but I think it's going to be lower. So that's the good news. Moving into Tuesday at 10 on the whizometer and 70 degrees. You see there starting off Tuesday at 53. So again, it will be dropping down to the 50s Monday night and into Tuesday morning. Looking at that 8 to 14 day outlook, looks like we'll have around average amounts of rainfall for this time of year. That's good. We could use some above average rainfall, but we'll take what we can get, right? And then 8 to 14 day outlook as we make our way into that middle portion of November, above average temperatures in the forecast. So that would be temperatures into the mid to upper 70s being possible there for the middle of the month of November. So don't get caught by surprise by that. Also, don't be caught by surprise by the fact that we are still also in hurricane season. Now, this is just been updated by the National Hurricane Center, so we actually update these graphics ourselves. And the latest update as of 2:40 p.m. here on Wednesday, showing that we have a medium chance for tropical development just north of the Dominican Republic. That is going to have a 40% chance over the next 48 hours and actually now a 50% chance over the next 5 days. That is actually the area you're looking at there, the area that's just south of there, and that area has a 40% chance of development. But let me show you that other spot that I was talking about. This is the spot just north of the Dominican Republic that has, again, now a 40 to 50% chance. So we have a 40% chance in the Caribbean Sea, now a 40 to 50% chance just north of the Dominican Republic. Again, that just updated while we were doing these updates for you live. So the latest numbers now actually a little bit different from what you're seeing on the screen there. So 2022 Atlantic hurricane season has been fairly active. We're all the way through Carl. If we do get another named storm, the name will be Lisa. Now, we still have a little bit of time left here within hurricane season. Hurricane season doesn't end until November 30th, but you see we are well past that peak. Quick look at your weekend getaways. Looking like it is going to be fairly cool for the Lake Lanier area. Not really best lake weather, but if you wanted to maybe have a bonfire out at your cabin out by Lake Lanier, looking like it's going to be nice. Destin going to be a little bit on the wet side. Gatlinburg looking great for anybody who wants to go see some of those leaves changing colors. Again, it's peaked pretty much in Gatlinburg, but there's going to be some of those valleys around there that'll be beautiful. Some beautiful covered bridges around that region that you could get some great photos with. Savannah and Charleston both coming in with drier conditions there for Friday and Saturday. So it's going to be a beautiful week ahead of us pretty much. I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up here, everyone. I hope you can have a wonderful week ahead. Don't forget, we do these updates every Wednesday. We'll have our next one next Wednesday at 2:30. Have a wonderful rest of your week and weekend ahead.